Look at your life right now. Think about the goals you set at the beginning of this year. The promises you made to yourself in the quiet hours of the night. You promised you would start that business. You promised you would master your finances. You promised you would transform your body, your mind, and your destiny. But then morning came. The alarm rang. The room was cold. The bed was warm. And in that crucial, split-second moment, a voice whispered in your ear, "Not today. Let's do it tomorrow when we feel better. Let's wait for the right mood." And just like that, the plan died. We live in a world that worships feelings. We edit off our passion, listen to our heart, and do what feels good. But here is the brutal truth that nobody wants to tell you. Your mood is a liar. Your feelings are the most unreliable foundation you could ever build a life upon. Feelings are like the weather in a tropical storm. One moment the sun is shining and you feel inspired, motivated, and unstoppable. The next moment, a cloud rolls over and you are tired, anxious, and defeated. If you only work when you feel like working, you will become a slave to the temporary chemistry of your brain. Think about the cost of this trap. How many books have gone unwritten because the author wasn't in the zone? Your brain is hardwired for comfort. It wants to keep you safe, warm, and stagnant. It views effort as danger and discipline as pain. The most successful people on this planet do not possess a magical, endless supply of motivation. They face the exact same exhaustion you face. They feel the same self-doubt. They have learned to separate their execution from their emotion. They have divorced their behavior from their feelings. They operate on a blueprint, not an impulse.
It is the exact psychological reality you face every single morning. Inside your brain, a war is being fought between two entirely different entities, your amygdala and your prefrontal cortex. The amygdala is your primitive lizard brain. It is millions of years old. It doesn't care about your YouTube channel, your bank account, your savings goals, or your legacy. It only cares about survival, comfort, and energy preservation. When you wake up and think about doing something difficult, like studying finance, creating content, or working out, the amygdala panics. It floods your body with cortisol and whispers feelings of fatigue, doubt, and boredom. It screams, "Stop, stay in bed, protect yourself." If you live your life based on your mood, you are letting your lizard brain run your existence. You are allowing a primitive piece of anatomy to keep you poor, average, and unfulfilled. On the other side of the battlefield is your prefrontal cortex. This is the seat of human evolution. It is the part of your brain that envisions the future, creates plans, tracks progress, and understands delayed gratification. This is the architect of your destiny. When you create a plan, you are using your prefrontal cortex. You are deciding, in a state of clarity, what your future self needs to do to win. But here is where the breakdown happens. When the time comes to execute, we hand the controls back to the lizard brain. We allow the short-term discomfort of the moment to override the long-term strategy of the mind. Amateurs think that inspiration precedes action. They believe they need to feel good first, and then they will do the work. But science proves the exact opposite is true. Action precedes motivation. Motivation is a byproduct of movement. When you sit down at your desk, even when you hate it, and you force yourself to work for just 10 minutes, a miraculous shift occurs. Your brain recognizes the focus. It releases dopamine. The resistance begins to melt away. The mood changes because you started working, not before. The secret of ultra-successful people is that they use ritual to bypass the amygdala entirely. They don't ask themselves, how do I feel about doing this today? That question is completely deleted from their vocabulary. Instead, they look at their calendar and ask, what is scheduled for this hour? The plan is non-negotiable. It is in contract signed with your own honor. And breaking that contract, just because you are not in the mood, is a betrayal of your highest self.
So how do we apply this? How do you transition from an amateur who follows their mood to a professional who follows their plan? It requires 3 non-negotiable rules. Rule 1, kill the decision-making process. The more decisions you have to make during the day, the more opportunities your mood has to sabotage you. If you wake up and have to decide what video to script, what to eat, or when to work, you will exhaust your willpower. Plan your week before it begins. Write down exactly what you will do on Monday at 9 a.m., Tuesday at 2 p.m., and Wednesday at 6 p.m. When the hour arrives, do not think. Do not negotiate. Do not analyze. Just execute. Become a soldier to your schedule. Rule 2, embrace the rule of 5 minutes. When the resistance hits you, and it will hit you, make a deal with yourself. Tell your brain, I am just going to do this for 5 minutes. If I still want to stop after 5 minutes, I am allowed to stop. 90% of the time, once you conquer the friction of the start, your momentum will carry you through the rest of the hour. The hardest part is never the work itself. It is simply crossing the threshold from stagnation to movement. Rule 3, build your identity on consistency, not intensity. An amateur works out for 5 hours in one day and then does nothing for a month. A professional works out for 45 minutes every single day without fail. Intensity looks impressive on camera, but consistency is what builds empires. Every time you follow your plan despite your mood, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. You are building a reputation with yourself. You are teaching your subconscious mind that your word is law, that your promises are ironclad, and that your laziness is powerless against your resolve. Stop waiting for the perfect feeling. Stop waiting for the storm to pass. Stop waiting for a surge of energy that may never come. The clouds will be there tomorrow. The fatigue will return. The doubt will knock on your door. Let them come, but let them find you at your desk, working on your craft, building your wealth, and executing your strategy. Your competitors are resting because they don't feel like working. Your peers are sleeping in because it's raining. This is your window. This is your advantage. While the world is paralyzed by its emotions, you will be propelled by your discipline. From this day forward, bury the phrase, I don't feel like it. Look at your plan. Trust your strategy. Honor your future self. Follow your plan, not your mood. And watch how fast your life transforms.